What's up, guys? Welcome back to your Friday edition of physics class. Kicking it off with some nikke and sharing the wrong screen. Let's hide that. There we go. Starting off with nikke, collecting our tactical upgrades. The aesthetic of this whole event is so badass. I love it. In the second half of the stream, we'll be doing etheria restart, probably doing some more arena, and talking about the absurd power level of Liliam now that she got the buff. But yeah, we'll get to that when we get to etheria. For now, it's all about our girls here in nikke. Double login rewards. Like, I like how the first one is tactical and this one is not tactical. It's kind of funny. But yeah, any kind of like event where they have like double login rewards is pretty sweet. Let me click a few of my notifications and then we'll check in with chat. Still on our Friday grind. We'll be like that for the next 2 months at least. We're in the middle of solo raid. Just kicked off hard mode after reset. I have no idea where my union is at with that, but we are currently recruiting. So if anybody is looking for a competitive union, we have had a few people leave and a couple people retire. So we're trying to rebuild a little bit. Naturally, our total score will probably be kind of low this time, just because like we're 2 members short. But if you're looking for an NA union that is competitive, hit me up. Let's refresh some of the shop. Also recruiting for the etheria union. I'll mention that again when we get to etheria. But yeah, recruiting for both never stops. Like every couple months, there's always like, you know, at least one spot, right? Re-energy, that's trash. I'm not getting that. I will take the water code upgrades and the select one and the stickers. Do you think we'll ever catch up on the stickers? Like, how long has it been? And I keep like thinking, oh, am I gonna get close to completing the collection? And then, you know, new stickers get released after every event. So I don't know. I don't know if it's possible. I will be doing a poll for Emma. Probably just one. Maybe more. We'll see how tempted I get. But we will be doing polls on stream for Emma. Today, just, I can't commit. I mean, if you guys saw my analysis, it's just, I feel like Emma is not the one you want to go for if you're going for one. That said, her and Yunhua pair really well together, and I like them both better than Vesti, so maybe I go in. I don't know. We'll see what I get suckered into. Anyway, let me check in with chat here. See where y'all are at. Shake up my canned coffee while I'm reading. We got Lone Syndicate. We got Super Gilbert. We got Vermouth Olive. FIA. What's up? What's up? Hello. The best solo raid bosses returned. Cinderella go burr. Yo, I gotta be honest. I don't even remember who the solo raid bosses were. Like, it's posted in my Union Discord channel, and I don't even remember. I have to look at it. But I'm guessing there's like someone who's weak to electric. Let's see. Co-op is up? Oh, you meant co-op, not raid. Gotcha. All right. How high of a sync level / combat power am I looking for? So the higher the better, but minimum is like a 750k. You know, it's at this point it's like hard to find people that are really like veteran players that are like high enough level. I mean, if you take a look at like my random display team here, which obviously isn't even a real team, I'm over, you know, 1100k. So, you know, if you could be close to that, that would be great. But it just depends. But yeah, our minimum is 750. But the most thing that's important is we want consistent people that are motivated to actually play and mock and try and do well, right? That you will like proactively do it, and you're not like, you know, it's not like having to like remind you 10 times to do your attacks, you know, like that's the really important thing. Can you explain Union Shop and the benefits of joining? Well, I mean, the benefits of joining a union is you just get way more rewards. I mean, so you get, oops, it's not there. you get all these things, right? Which is your main way of upgrading your cubes. So the higher rank you get on the Union Raid, the more of this currency you'll get. And this is your main way of being able to upgrade your Harmony cubes. Not to mention you get some other rewards as well if you rank high enough, but yeah. For hard mode on Union Raid, is it better to focus on one Rapture, or should your Union just go for raw damage? We're not at the point where we can take one out yet. Yeah, so, I mean, I think it depends, right? It depends. Again, let's just, since we're talking about this, let's just jump in. What do we got? We're doing something. I don't even know how many people have attacked yet. But, like, okay, so we're on day 1. And it looks like we're almost ready to clear level 1 bosses. Oh, we haven't touched Chatterbox yet, so I guess we got a ways to go. But basically, you want to clear all the bosses, right? But, like, let's say your Union isn't capable of clearing level 1. Or you get to level 2, and then you're not capable of clearing that level. Whatever the case may be. You would want to then focus on the boss that you can do the most damage to. Because if you can't get to the next level, it really doesn't matter what you do damage to, you just need to get your damage total higher. So whatever the easiest boss is for you to do damage to, you know, split up your teams where you'll have elemental advantage on everything, you know, whatever that is, do that. But of course, if you have more power and you're trying to actually clear the levels, you need to be really strategic about, like, okay, I'm going to use my wind team here, I'm going to use my fire team here, and, you know, maybe you have, like, the weaker half of your Union clear all of level 1, and then your higher level people go in to clear level 2, you know, it depends. But it just depends on, like, what you're capable of clearing, you know what I mean? Alright, let's go to the outpost. Lone Syndicate says, I've been digging the solo raid museum, going back to some of these early raid bosses, getting my revenge on them since your account was far weak back then. Dude, I haven't touched it yet, but I think it is a cool addition, and good to hear that you're enjoying it. I will say, I wish there was a bigger differentiation between the frames, because I feel like frames are, like, entirely optional and 100% an aesthetic, and I feel like they should have kept that a little more exclusive for the people that actually cleared these things when it was really difficult. You know, because, like, as a day 1 player, if you push through, you know, like Mother Whale or, you know, like whatever it is, and you got that frame, I feel like it should stand out more than someone who goes back and does it in the museum. You know what I mean? It's a cool feature, but I just wish it was tweaked a little bit. Gilbert says, I'm in the low 515k. If you're still looking in a few months from now, I'll be there in a few months. Hey, hit me up, Super Gilbert. I mean, chances are, like I said, you know, there's always, like, people, like, rotate in and out if they're, like, maybe they retire from the game, or they're just looking for, you know, a different type of experience with another Union or whatever. You know, there will be a spot at some point. So yeah, just let me know once you're a bit stronger. Almost done with Mori. Getting close, getting close. UCC Coffee. Please sponsor me. I've been asking you to sponsor me for the last 2 years. Alright, Delta. One day we'll get a spicy Delta. One day it will happen. We don't know what she's hiding under that, like, tactical vest, you know what I mean? She might be packing some crazy bombs, if you know what I mean. It was fun sending Summer Dorothy against Chatterbox. Oh, dude, Summer Dorothy is so good against Chatterbox. Yeah, the only difference between the frames is the small R imprint. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm glad that at least there's something different. It would be really lame if it looked exactly the same, but I feel like it should be a little more different. What's up, Woo? Welcome to the stream. I think you might be a first-time chatter. So I started playing a few months ago, and my campaign team is 350k, chapter 32 normal and 16 hard. You don't get enough mats for overload gear, level ups, and collection items. Dude, resource management is a big deal in Nikke, as well as it is for like most gacha games. But the overload gear will eventually get easier, but it'll take a long time. It takes a really long time to the point where you can just like overload whatever unit you want, you know. That literally only happened to me like, I don't know, a few months ago, where I was like, all right, well, any new Nikke that comes out, I'll be able to like overload them. And then we've had so many rapid releases with like multiple banners lately that now I've actually had to wait a little bit. So it's always going to be a thing. They are dropping an easy mode. Boo. I'm such a hater. I am such a hater. I don't know what to say here. I'll say that I cleaned it myself. I don't even know what she was asking me if I cleaned it. But apparently she liked it. She respects someone who cleans their own something. Who else do I need to talk to here? Was that it? Do I need to add a new person? Maybe I need to add a new person. Everyone else looks maxed out. Huh. Okay. I need to find a new person to add to my daily list of advising. Who should it be? We're getting close. Almost caught up. Like, nearly everybody is finished. I mean, there's still like a good handful that haven't, but the vast majority are actually finished. Like, we're definitely starting to advise like really random people, you know what I mean? Oh, we'll resume Mika. There we go. You have all DPS units at 5550 for overload gear. Okay, nice. Level 15 SR dolls. Okay, okay. Sounds like you're making good progress. You're tempted to get everything to max level. Okay, so only really level the things that you're actually going to use, okay? Like, you really want to be careful with your resources. I wouldn't just level something just because you're like, I need a little more CP. Like, just take your time. Eventually you'll get to, like, you know, use the thing that you actually want to use. You'll level up a little bit more. Like, don't waste, like... Particularly, you know, we're talking about like leveling up collectibles. Do I have any in my inventory right now? Like, the stuff for collectibles is very valuable. Like, don't waste that on like random units, you know? All right, let's go to the event. Ooh, what a tough challenge. Eve thought so too. She's getting sleepy now. You got Bay's treasure? Nice. Who has the best treasure wallpaper, by the way? Dude, I'm a big fan of Bay. She's the one that I'm working on next. You're only missing Polly's treasure, and you'll be all caught up? Wow. Dude, congrats, Lone Syndicate. Only having, like, actually getting all the treasures is pretty impressive, to be honest. Started the 2.5 anniversary when they had the Drake event, and my sense of how much materials you get for free was completely off. Oh no. Dude, the Drake event was more materials than we have ever gotten for anything. Like, you have dramatically less materials now if you completed the Drake event. So And we get more materials in general than we used to get. But it's still way less than with that event. So, yeah. Did I pull for Emma yet? I did not, but we will do some pulls for Emma on stream. We're going to skip the story for the sake of the stream. Doesn't help that you haven't gotten super success. Dude, everyone here will tell you my luck with super success is absolutely trash. I feel your pain. Dude, the sound design in Nikke is so good. Skip, skip, skip. I gotta go back and watch this stuff because I'm interested in the story, but just not doing it on stream. Sorry I started the stream a little bit late today. Right after work, I had to go get tires. So got some new tires on my car, which is nice because I've been putting that off for months. Could start to see the cords on the fronts, which is a little sketchy. Oh, here comes a boss. This boss, obviously I'm way overpowered for it, but that boss, when it's like scaled to power properly, is actually, I think, one of the more powerful, like, generic Rapture bosses. Is that like slow floating flying guy? Load Syndicate says, Sparks, I come and seek of your guidance. Once again, whose doll should you level out of these two? Cinderella or Summer Dorothy? I mean, you can't really go wrong either way, to be honest. I would say Cinderella, though. I vote Cinderella. Grab these. Dude, this music is so good. I love the vibes. It's like chill and relaxing, but like a little bit sad. Like, I don't know, it's good. When is Nikke music not good? Like, seriously. Anybody in chat right now, like, what is the last event where you were just like, okay, this music is not hitting? I would be really hard pressed to come up with something. Kind of want to make this my commander room music, actually. I'll keep the Stellar Blade music for the lobby. That's staying for a long time. But maybe this should be my commander room music. It's pretty good. Hey, what's up, Dr. Eagles? Here for a short bit, but mostly lurking right now. That's cool, that's cool. Do what you gotta do. Alright, let's open some stuff. Oops, that's not the stuff that I want to open. Open this stuff. Ooh, alright, alright. Give me a new sticker. Nope. Nope. What have a event notification? Oh, because of co-op. Ooh, let's do some co-op. Okay, after polls though, but let's do some co-op on stream. Did I already wipe out? I did not. Okay. Alright, I think it's time. I think it is time. Dude, that animation of Emma's, like, she's sizzling hot, like, literally, that's crazy. You guys know I've been a fan of Emma for a long time. Damn. Okay. So, again, I don't want to go too crazy with the polls here. I feel like, you know, again, I said in my analysis videos, if you haven't watched them already, go check those out. I did skill analysis videos and, like, suggestions on who you should pull. I think if you're going to pull for one, Vesti functions the best on her own. That said, I think that Yunhua and Emma are pretty cool supports, and they do really cool things together. And both of their designs are like some of my favorite that we've seen in a long time. I say that, but we've had so many good nikkes. It's not like there's a bunch of nikkes that I haven't liked in a long time. But anyway, so all that to say, I'm just... Make your own decisions, guys. Make your own decisions. Because I may be about to put too many resources into pulling for Emma here. And this is not necessarily the correct thing to be doing. Okay? Just I want to make that disclaimer. Lone Syndicate just got a super luck on Cinderella doll and got to 15. Dude, I told you. Level Cinderella. It worked. Congrats. Emma's literally all hot and bothered, dude, for real. Yo, Wu just pulled Cinderella? Congrats. That is amazing. Dude, she's... Especially if you're trying to push campaign as a newer player, she'll be very helpful. Cinderella is amazing. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. Emma got a red light in the background. Come home. Come home, Emma. You're my girl. Change? Oh, okay. Well, that was a warm-up. Vermouth says, I pulled for Sora. So at least I'm being relatively wise. All right. That's true. That's true. I did skip Sora. Gantz Helsing is getting off of work. You'll put me in the car, so you're going to accompany you back home. All right, nice. Have a safe drive. Hopefully, when I go irate from never pulling Emma, then I won't, like, distract you and get you in an accident or something. Yeah, unfortunately, Lone Syndicate, we did not hit it in one multi. Let's see if we can do it in two multis. Two multis. I'm going to say 2 multis is the only justifiable amount to pull for Emma. All right, let's go. Come on, Emma. Come on. God, she is literally steaming. Please? It's 20 tickets down the drain, guys. 20 tickets. It's time for a coffee break. Okay. Thank you, Gantz. Thank you. All right, let's do a single multi, because somehow I ended up with 99 gold tickets anyway. That's terrible. So let's even this out, okay? Here's a lucky single pull right here. Is her Korean voice as high as the Japanese voice? I don't know what the Japanese voice sounds like. Dang. It was Elysian, not the right Elysian, though. All right. We're going to be using 7 rainbow tickets and dipping into gems. Let's go, Emma. Please come home, Emma. Ooh, there we go. We got the gold spark. Please let it be Emma. Oh my gosh, don't troll me with another... Whoa. It is 100% R nikkes with 1 SSR. I don't think I've ever seen that. Not a single SR? That's wild. All right, Emma. Jingle bells. If you know, you know. Oh my god, it's fucking Tetra. No. Well, at least I can get my apartment cleaned or something. I don't know. Hire her at the office to do janitorial services. I was looking for a counselor, and I got a maid instead. We can do one more multi, guys. One more multi. I don't want to go below 30k, okay? One more. It's always Tetra. Dude, it is always Tetra. Tetra is out here all the time. Okay. This is our last pull for Emma, guys. Last pull for Emma. Come on, Emma. There are two big reasons to love Soda. I mean, it's true. There's two big reasons to love Emma, too, though. Well, I failed. That's it. That's it. I cannot justify going more. I mean, we got Yunhua and Vesti coming out, so... Alright. I don't know what... I think that takes me to core 1 or 2 on Soda, I want to say. Where is she? Core 1. Core 1 Soda. It is what it is. Like your little cleaning drone sprays Windex. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't know. I mean, I like Emma. You guys know I like Emma. We'll see. Maybe I'll come back to her before her banner ends. We'll see. We'll see. Just have to enjoy this version of Emma for now. Sag. What's up, Bob? Welcome to the stream. See, I have 700 silver tickets. Is Noah the best use for silver tickets? Probably not. I mean, it just depends, honestly. It really just depends. I would use the silver tickets just to complete max limit breaks. So like whatever you're missing of max limit breaks, you know, I would kind of fill those out. But ultimately, you know, like the quote unquote best use of silver tickets is going to be just like kind of your most meta units that you can get, you know. Before I would have said like leader, but now she's in that like pity, so not leader. So it just, you know, just, I don't know. There's too many units to like address with that. I mean, Noah is good value from the perspective that she's a pilgrim, but realistically, you probably don't really need copies of Noah. You know what I mean? Vermouth says Emma's Korean voice is a bit lower. Okay. Generally, I would say that's the trend. I mean, it would depend, but oftentimes the Korean voices are not as high as Japanese voices. All right, let's go through simulation room. Skip these nuts. Boom, boom, boom. So how did you guys do? Or I guess, okay, first of all, here, let's do a little Let me know. Did you even pull for Emma? Let's see. Did you get Emma? Yes, no. Tried, but failed. Like me. Survey is up. All right, interception. Oh, I just noticed. It's full burst day. I didn't even notice that until just now. Sup, V? Saving for Summer Neon. Is that a thing? Wait, is Neon? Oh yeah, they are having the rerun. I forgot. They're having the off-season kind of like reruns later. Hey, if you like the character or you like her design, go for it. I approve. Otherwise, Summer Neon is not going to be very helpful, just so you know. I want to make sure that you are aware of that. I mean, then whatever, like, you know, get the character that you think is fun. But just so you know. Bob also needs to save for September reruns. Okay, okay. Lone Syndicate got Emma in 2 Maltese, and she brought a Rapunzel with her? Bro. Rapunzel was also a unit that I loved during the early game. Rapunzel and Emma were 2 favorites. I should probably aim at this tentacle. You got a red hood. Rappy red hood? Nice. I mean, that's a win, no matter how you look at it. Alright, so the goal here is to get tier 7 damage before the QTE. And there we go. We got it. We got it. Nice. So we can quit. That's kind of been like the new way I've been doing this. I'm like, if I can avoid doing the QTE, then everything is just easier. How's the survey looking? Looks like the majority are saying no. So far, over 50% of you guys have not even tried for Emma. Which I think is a fair thing to be doing. Huh. I feel like if anything, people are going to want to pull for Vesti and see if they get her. And then go back and try and get Emma or Yunhua, you know what I mean? It's an awkward release schedule, but I think they did that on purpose, you know? Alright, time for some Tower of the Tribes. I'm still waiting to get stuck again. I'm starting to wonder if it's ever going to happen, because I went through a long time of kind of like forgetting about Tribe Tower. And then, you know, you can only do so many a day. So it's gotten to the point where I'm not sure if the difficulty will ever catch up with my power level, which is sort of crazy to think about. But it does make it a nice 3 easy clears each time. Also, I was like a month into having Mihara before I realized that, like, oh yeah, she's a missileless unit. I can use her in the missileless tribe tower. I don't have to only use her in the overspec. So after this, we're going to go back and upgrade a bit of gear. Maybe finally finish Drake. Maybe. I don't know if I'll be able to get there, but we'll try to finish Drake's equipment if possible. By the way, any members who are watching right now, I updated the folder of Stellar Blade wallpapers that I've made through the photography mode. If anybody cares about that, I added a couple new ones with like the new Chinese dress that she got, and actually some going back to the Nier dress as well that I think you guys might like. So check those out. The link is posted in the members only channel of Discord. And they're like full size for like your desktop or even like a ultra wide monitor. All right, let's get some more water element. You have 2 towers where you're stuck on Mother Whale. That happened to me for a while. I think that happens to everybody. Mother Whale is a bit of a roadblock. All right, here's Drake. Ooh, I don't know. Will I be able to get 3 levels on the boots? Probably not. Let's see. 1, 2. I'm not going to be able to. Yeah. Dang. Alright. Well, we got 2 levels up on the boots. Getting close. Getting close. Once she's done, then there's nothing really else that I need to build aside from just, like, you know, potential new units coming out. But I'll be completely done with anybody that I'm actually, like, working on. I say that, but that's true for like just leveling gear specifically. I still need to finish Dorothy's collectible. Let me see what I have. All right, we'll do it. Remove Olive says I might switch to the Korean voices. The acting seems less for some of them cartoony. Japanese Cindy is a lot. I would believe it. I mean, Japanese voice acting has a very distinct style. Like, I don't know how to say this. Like, Japan has really developed, like, very specific archetypes that they use for different characters. You know, it's like, oh, this is the, like, flirty lady with the big boobs voice. Or this is the stern old man voice, or this is the like sleazy grifter kind of voice, and like they use those same archetypes that sound a bit exaggerated for like all those types of characters. It's very common in Japanese voice acting. All right, let's do it again. Super success. Please give me a super success. I got 2 times a 10% chance. Nope. But we did finish phase 11 at least. All right, we just got to phase 12. That's cool. 1 step closer. 1 step closer. So, at that point, maybe it's time for co-op. Let's do some co-op. I will end the poll on YouTube. And results are 53% did not even pull for Emma, 33% got Emma, and 13% tried for her and failed, like me. I feel sorry for the 13% of you that tried to pull for her and didn't get her. I can relate. But it sounds like most of you guys, you know, made the right decision. Honestly, like, saving your resources is probably better than pulling for Emma. Solar Raid Museum has a ton of those materials. Oh, nice. I did say I haven't even touched that yet. So, you know. Okay. Co-op. Anybody in chat who wants to join and join up, I will give priority to channel members, but it will be open to everybody. Wait, what even is the boss? Hold up. Oh, it's Land Eater. Yo, Land Eater is like my favorite boss. I like it. All right, create a party. Here is the room code. Join up, guys. So it's weak to electric. So we probably want at least 2 Cinderellas. 2 Cinderellas, and then, like, you know, the stuff that you'd typically want, like a crown, a rouge, and then our 5th unit should probably be Winter Maiden, but kind of could be anybody. But I think ideally we want 2 Cinderella, 1 rouge, 1 crown, and 1 maiden. Nice. Ku just joined. Dang, that Rappy looks really good in your profile picture. I don't think I've ever seen somebody with the Red Hood Rappy skin. And with the frame that you chose, that looks dope. We got Vermouth in here. Nice, nice. Vermouth is a dirty Tronny enjoyer, apparently. I like the near frame. We need 2 more people. 2 more people. We are on NA server. Join up. Secret's out. It's true. It is true. Okay, we got another one. We got Serenity. Another near frame. I like it. Let's see what the player card looks like. Very, very dramatic looking. I kind of like this out of focus Scarlet, like in the background. Everything's very Scarlet themed. By the way, you can see in my union, again, I have kind of like a nonsense team that isn't a real team, but like Ku here has over 1400k squad power displayed. Serenity has almost 1400 squad power displayed. So yeah, the higher the power you can be to join our union, the better. We need 1 more, guys. 1 more. 1 more. We don't want to pick up a random. And that'll just, like, throw off everything. There's probably a bunch of people watching the stream that are just lurking right now. Can you go Summer Anise off burst? Yeah, I mean, Summer Anise is good. Like, honestly, if it weren't for Cinderella, Summer Anise would still be, like, the best electric attacker. I think, you know, Maiden is like our best case scenario. But if our 5th member is a Summer Anise, that's not bad either. V says, too bad you mistakenly chose global. Dude, so many people are in NA, but on the global server. That's a very common thing. Gantz is also on global. That's a bunch of my viewers are on global. Oh, man. Dude, I'm so sore. I woke up and I was like, my lats are killing me. Recently started getting back into like regular workouts. And I can feel it. I can really feel it. Moose says your crown is relatively invested. Okay, that's good. That's good. Is that saying you want to be crown? Oh, we got a fifth. We got a fifth. Let's take a look. Rocking the 1,000 days frame like me, and we got Asuka. I definitely approve. I like it. I like it. Hey, look. Also. Is in a different union, but just meets our union requirements at 755. They could, in theory, join up. All right. So Vermouth wants to be crown. That means I'll be Cinderella, and I'm gonna say who should also be Cinderella? Let me double check something. Actually, maybe Serenity and myself will be Cinderella, okay? And then the other two will need to either be Winter Maiden or Rouge, okay? That is the game plan. Whoa, what happened to our fifth person? Oh, okay. Freaked out for a second. Alright, so we need a Rouge and a Winter Maiden. So if one of you doesn't have Winter Maiden, then you should probably be Rouge. Dude, I should not see a leader. Oh, you know what? I just realized we're kind of getting fucked up. I have to be Rouge. That's annoying. Okay. That is annoying. Let's restart. It won't let you choose your position. That's kind of stupid. I mean, I was kind of stupid for forgetting about that. But, yeah. So I'm just going to quit. So whoever is in the first and third slot will just have to be crown. And the second person has to be Rouge. That makes this co-op way more annoying to do. Alright. Fuck. It won't let me quit. I really can't back out. There's no option to back out. No! We're fucked. We just have to deal with this. You can't even quit a co-op mode. Fail the QTE. Fail the QTE. Oh my god. Guys, don't shoot the bombs. TY Finch says close game. What's a close game? The annoying thing about this particular boss too is that it would take a long time for Land Eater to kill you because he's so defensive. Dude, it's really annoying that you can't back out of a co-op mode. Like, why can't you quit co-op mode? Like, you can effectively rage quit and screw people over by not doing anything anyway. I mean, yeah, I can exit out of the game. But then we just have to, like... it's gonna take, you know, a solid 2 minutes for me to restart the app and get back up anyway. And get everybody back into the lobby and all that, so... might as well just deal with this. So yeah, new plan, guys, okay? It just... whoever is in the first slot, you have to be Cinderella. If you're in the second slot, you have to be Rouge. If you're in the third slot, you have to be Cinderella. The other two people, whichever the fourth or fifth person is that has the better maiden, you should be Winter Maiden. And if you have the worst Winter Maiden, then you pick Crown. You will automatically quit. So it makes you wait like nearly 3 minutes. And then it will kick you. Alright. That's kind of dumb. Like, it'll finally kick you after you're like over 2 minutes into the battle. I wonder if I was the first person to get kicked out. I'm gonna have to wait here in the lobby now for everybody else to come back in. It's gonna make it pretty hard to get a high score because of this. Oh no. We lost Vermouth. What happened? I don't know if the room code changed, but let me put it in chat just in case. Went too far back. No worries. The room code is in chat. Man, Shift Up really didn't make any of this easy, did they? Okay, okay. Here we go, guys. Hopefully we're all clear on what we need to do this time. Alright, so I do need to be Cinderella this time, because I'm slot 1. So Vermouth, you need to be Rouge. And then either Serenity or Coup, you gotta pick either Winter Maiden or Crown. So you guys should both show off your Maiden to see who has the better Maiden. Ha! You both don't have a very invested one. Alright, well, one of you pick Crown, one of you pick Maiden, whatever. Vermouth, why aren't you Rouge? Why aren't you Rouge? Bro. It's the last Tetra you don't... killing me, Vermouth. Tree Fox is following on Twitch. Thank you for the follow. Just get a follow before I rage quit here. Appreciate it. We don't even have a burst 1 now, guys. We don't even have a burst 1. Death Angel says follow for pity. Alright. Just, it'll kick us for inactivity at some point. So... everybody on the internet can just watch us not do shit over and over again. Alright, so we're gonna need a different 5th player. Okay. We can't risk not having the units we need. Like, everybody needs to have all 4 of these different units. Or this isn't gonna work. Alright, here's a new room code. Come on, let's get in at least 1 match, guys. We need 1 match. This is ridiculous. Yo, literally half the viewers left because we did nothing but go through fucking lobbies for the last 10 minutes. Alright, so I'm gonna wait here for maybe like 3 minutes. If we don't get enough people, then like I'm not gonna do this anymore because there's no point. And for the record, I'm not annoyed at anyone specifically here. Like, Vermouth just didn't have the unit. It's not their fault. But at the same time, I can't keep trying to do this on stream if we can't just like get this done. You know what I mean? So we need 2 people that have all 4 units of Maiden, Rouge, Crown, and Cinderella. Hopefully they're all built too, but, you know. Got disconnected? Dang. Good old reliable nikke servers. And your game crashed too. We'll get there, maybe, eventually, hopefully. Does anyone find it weird that rusted bone is one of the currencies? Yeah, so fun. So fun. We accomplished so much. 2 people, come on. Need to have Maiden, Rouge, Cinderella, and Crown. All right, we got another person. We need our 5th. We need our 5th. Is that for a robot dog? I mean, is it supposed to be for Bolt? Maybe. Like, is that a thing? Wouldn't mind doing this again, but maybe a bit of planning on Discord. I mean, honestly, We just need to... Now that we know that, you know, everybody needs all these units, this should be pretty easy to do. I love everybody's on global. Lone Syndicate's also on global. You have a Core 7 Winter Maiden? That's kind of crazy. That's pretty dope. I bet you almost nobody has Core 7 Winter Maiden. That's for sure a rare thing to have. Yes, I am NA server. We are NA server. Sorry to all the global people out there. All right, coup rejoined. Coup rejoined. Okay, okay, okay. All right, let's make this happen, guys. All right, I'm in the middle, so I am Rouge, unfortunately. But okay. Oh, that's not Rouge. This is Rouge. All right, this is as good as it's gonna get. All right, so Serenity. Don't burst until you have full MP. So, I mean, I think you know that. Otherwise, we'll just alternate between Cinderellas. Wow, we got there, guys. We got there. Watch us, like, just fuck up on a QTE and just fail. Like, we finally actually got this coordinated and then we just mess up on the actual fight. That would be depressing. Trying to use Cinderella adds a whole layer to this. I mean, guess it's technically about adding Rouge, but... Still the best boss soundtrack. Dude, I feel like the reload on Rouge takes 10 years. What's up, Ironblood Commander? Welcome. Oh my god, I forgot to burst. That was completely my fault. That was completely my fault. I looked over at chat, and I should not have been doing that. So we're probably getting close to the point of needing to burst with Maiden, I think. Maybe one more before we burst with her. Alright, yeah, that was a little rough. I'm not gonna lie, that was a little rough. But good job, good job. We made it through. We made it through. I made a mistake. Did we actually get Maiden to full MP? I think we did. I think that was the appropriate time to burst with her. Honestly, considering how awkward this raid is with trying to use units that were not necessarily have the best built, that was decent. All right, do we want to do one more round? If somebody else wants to join, looks like somebody dropped out. I forget who was it that dropped out, but yeah. If anybody else wants to join to try one more, we can do that. Yes, we are doing co-op, Ironblood Commander. If you want to join, go ahead. The problem is that you can't choose who you want to choose. We gotta have Iron Maiden, Cinderella, Rouge, and Crown. And of course, it just like depends on where you end up is what unit you have to select. Because it has to be Cinderella, Rouge, Cinderella, and then Crown and Maiden. What an oversight from Shift Up. It is awkward, Fox. It's definitely awkward. Ironblood Commander's jumping in. Nice. Yeah. Not being able to move the co-op people around is a little annoying. Hopefully Ironblood Commander actually has all four of those people built. Poor Vermouth got the one spot of the unit that they didn't have. All right, here we go. We've been trying to get Rouge for months now. Dang. She's on the wish list. Alright, I'm Cinderella this time. Ironblood, you have to be Rouge. You have to be Rouge, Ironblood. There we go, there we go. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't get to pick who we want to be in this case. It's just, depending on what slot you're in, you're picking that unit. Are we doing co-op tomorrow? Not tomorrow, no. Next stream will be on Tuesday. Dude, hitting the interrupt circles with Cinderella is kind of clumsy. Because, like, her firing isn't exactly accurate or, like, super quick. So it's kind of weird. Alright, next burst probably needs to be with Maiden. I'm assuming if Maiden's at her max MP. Nice, nice. Oh, we got in that last burst. Nice. Oh, an even better score. That's pretty good. We broke the 1 billion mark. Okay, okay. That's feels respectable. Well, thank you to everybody who tried in all of the runs, even the runs that we didn't manage to complete. Thank you, thank you. Think we can probably end it here. Thank you, guys. Let's see. Where did that put us in the ranking? Top 5%? Could have been better, but it's all good. So Miguel RC666 is following on Twitch. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. In the last co-op raid that we did, we were in the, like, top 0.3%. We almost made it onto the leaderboard. This one is just rough, again, because, like, you can't choose who gets to be what. So it definitely makes it a bit more difficult. And not a lot of people have Winter Maiden built either, but good games, guys. Good games. All right, let's see. Can I buy anything in this recycling shop? Yeah, I guess. I guess I'll get the core dust. Yeah, well, thanks. Thanks for joining in on the game. All right. Is that it? Do we switch to Etheria now? I guess that's it. Let's see. Do we need to open any resources? Do a lap around the lobby? I think I did everything else, didn't I? All right. Oh, so I finally finished all of the Stellar Blade Nikke content. I started last week. No, earlier this week. Over the weekend. Whenever. I don't know. Recently. I hadn't done any of the Nikke DLC for Stellar Blade. I know it was already out like 2 months ago or whatever, but just I don't know, I didn't have time or whatever. It's pretty enjoyable. Like the little tasks and the Nikke minigame to get all the like Nikke outfits for Eve were pretty good. I would say it's significantly better than the Nier DLC. And then we got 2 new bosses, and they were enjoyable. I'm not gonna lie, Man felt a little cheap because on hard mode, and again, I'm talking about Stellar Blade here, just to be clear. On hard mode, Man had 2 moves that were one-shot kills, which felt really annoying because you could have like and they're unblockable attacks. So you could have a game that was going perfectly, and then like 4 minutes into it, you miss like 1 dodge, and then he just kills you, which was a little bit frustrating. But overall, he was a really cool fight. Scarlet was a really dope fight as well. But I actually found her easier than Man. It only took me a few tries to beat Scarlet on hard mode, but Man was tough. I would say he was in the top 4 or 5 hardest bosses in the game. I think that's probably fair. Let's go. Oh, I need to make a post. I need to make a post and share my video. All right. Posted over on the Etheria Discord. Posted here. Join in, y'all. Okay. So we're about to get double drops. All right, see you later, Ironblood. I've been looking for people in my union. Yes. I am currently recruiting for both my Etheria union and my Nikke union. So if you're interested in joining, you need to DM me on Discord. Send me some screenshots of your account. And yeah. We'll see if you make our requirements. I would love to have people who are like active in the community too. So like people that I know, you know, from chat or whatever is even better. For both Nikke and Etheria. So we're getting our 2 times drops for Etheria, which is funny. It's happening the same weekend as Nikke is. So we're going to be able to do some really good farming for Etheria, which is nice. I need to stock up on prowess materials badly. Also, I will start building my Liliam, so I'm going to need a lot of investigation things as well. After I stock up on a big stockpile of these, then it's probably going to be mostly Aurora farming. And I probably will actually farm Hell 4 mostly, because Inferno just takes longer and I still die maybe like 20% of the time. So I'll probably be mostly farming this, but we'll see. I'll probably do some Inferno as well. And then I do want to do at least a little bit of Doki Doki farming, because I do want to farm some more optimized Swift rush pieces because I'm trying to get those really high speed rolls, and you just, you know, it's RNG thing. You got to keep going, keep rolling the gear until you get better ones. So even though I don't really need Swift Rush, this is an opportunity to get more and more Swift Rush with like higher speed stats. And that goes for everything, but just so many units use Swift Rush. That's why I would want to farm that some more. So, what do I have a thing here on Cage Rumble? Oh, I lost connection. All right, that's annoying. I forgot about this. I was in the middle of doing Cage Rumble, but I was on mobile. And then, like, almost at the end, it said I lost connection. I must have gone to some place that, like, didn't have signal. And I guess it didn't count. So, that's unfortunate. I guess we'll get this out of the way, and then I'll do some arena. Arena's in a really good spot for Etheria. I think this is also a really good time for new players to start Etheria because the summoning rewards event where you get guaranteed SSRs and additional like lattices and reconfiguration data and everything, it's so good. It's kind of a not good event for experienced players, but if you're a brand new player, this is a really good time to like dump all your like initial summons into it and just get like extra stuff. And you get a second guaranteed unit that you wouldn't normally get. So if you've ever been thinking about playing Etheria, now's the time. Ever played Summoner's War? I have not played Summoner's War MG, but I know a lot of Etheria players did used to play Summoner's War. I think a lot of people used to play Epic 7 as well, but I haven't played that either. I haven't really played any PvP turn-based games before. I played a lot of turn-based RPGs in general, but they're like, you know, solo experiences. Although the one exception to this, and this is going to sound like so obscure, no one's going to even know what I'm talking about, but there was the original Fire Emblem game for Game Boy Advance. Okay, we're going back to my childhood here. Game Boy Advance, when I was a kid, you could play PvP, and it was a like turn-based tactical RPG, and that was really fun. I used to play that with a ton of friends. All of us played that game, but that's like, it's so obscure. It's like obviously a completely different thing, and I think that's the only PvP turn-based game that I've ever played. Otherwise, they've all been single player games like, you know, Final Fantasy or whatever other random RPGs. Got a plate dinner? All right, have a good night. Thanks for coming through, Vermouth. All right, we're almost halfway through this. How's the Shadow Flame? Oh no, I see. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. I thought Fucho was like not able to heal. She was silenced for a minute there. This is definitely my worst team. I'm not really sure like what I'm doing with this squad, to be honest. But it's a pretty tanky team. But we're just not doing like a ton of damage. This team, on the other hand, is very offensively focused. But is a little bit fragile, as you can see. 2 people already went down. And then this is probably just the best squad. I mean, just out of the units that I have, like having Rosa and like Ling Lo and Lily, like, you know, that's just like a really potent combo already. MD says, yeah, I checked the old content creators from Summoner's War, and many people play Etheria. Reminds me of it, and not in a good way. An epic grind fest. It's very grindy. It's true. It's true. The gear grind is kind of crazy. I think, like, I really enjoy the PvP, in Etheria. And sort of like the depth of builds you can do and how balanced they made the characters, except for now that they buffed Liliam for no reason when she was just a amazing counter CC unit already. Now they just made her also a super powerful generic DPS, but you know, that's my thoughts on their buff they just did. But in general, I think it's really good. It's really good. But I think the thing is, the single player isn't super fun, and it's extremely grindy, and there's like no focus on story or characters or anything like that to get you invested in the world. And so, you know, basically the only thing it has going for it is the PvP, which, as I said, is very good. But if you're not someone that really likes PvP, or a lot of people like go into gacha games, you know, thinking like, oh, I'll just play casually and like whatever, and like most gacha games are not PvP focused. And so I think it's just a lot of people go into the game not knowing what to expect. And then, of course, they're like, oh, I don't like this. What is this? Because they don't realize that the game is really just a PvP game. And then, you know, they're like, oh, I'm just like grinding, fighting the same bosses over and over again. This game sucks. Because to them, PvP is normally just like some tiny little thing that you do once a day, you know? But that's just not how it is for Etheria. And so I think, you know, if you don't go into Etheria thinking that like, all right, I'm going to do a bunch of arena, and then like grinding gear is just like the supplemental thing to support that, you're not going to have a good time. The game is also slowly improving. A little too late for a lot of people, I would say, unfortunately. But the good thing is the current event that just started yesterday is extremely good for new players. So hopefully it'll get new players starting again. Because if you go to summon and you summon on this permanent banner, which is what you want to be doing as a new player, you just get free stuff for summoning. It's so good. Like, you get extra LD summons. You get module shop currency, which as a new player, that's super good. For me, it's trash, but you know. You get reconfiguration data, a lattice, a guaranteed choice of one of these units, and these are 3 very useful units. Like Kloss is something that you might even use on like your normal selector, but like now you can get her here and use your selector on something else. You know, and you can keep going until you get a perfect lattice, and then you get another guaranteed SSR. Like this is all like really good as a brand new player. For me, again, there's no point in me pulling on this. Like I pulled a few times, but yeah. Also, I would say Liliam was already very good, and I had a copy of her, but with her buff, she's nuts. Everyone should get a copy of Liliam now. So let's go to inventory and recycle a couple of shells, and then we'll do arena. Wait, do I not have any of these? Oh, wait, I didn't set my filter. I was like, what the heck? How do I not have any of my dream bars? Oops, I missed one. Hello? There we go. Okay, so now I've been working on building Law of Silence. This isn't even like a great Law of Silence. We don't even have triple ones, but it's fine. I'll just like imprint it onto something. But basically, Law of Silence, Amber, and one other one. I want to say Dark Moon are the only 3 shells that I have never built at this point. And I want to make sure I have at least one of every shell. So I'm kind of like filling in the gaps. And then eventually, you know, I'll want to like reconfigure them for better rolls or whatever. But I just want to have at least one maxed out shell of each available to me. All right, looks like we'll need to farm a little bit more. So let's farm Sharon. Yes, refresh. And we'll get this going while I go into arena. Good, everybody's still equipped. All right. So, who can we fight here? It's cool seeing Mizuki Makoto in formations lately. It's so bruisery though. It makes sense. Like the meta is very bruisery right now. It's funny, even though I say I really enjoy the PvP and the meta is in a better place than it was before, some of these matches do get long now. It can be a little annoying. I'm not gonna lie. We'll try fighting this team. We'll see if we can just contest speed. Cleave versus cleave. This is kind of a gamble, but you know. Do I just keep the same team? Do I? Probably don't need Valerian. Not really any point in using Valerian in this match. So instead, maybe we'll use Rahu. Wahoo! And I think I do want Hellkid because of the Mio. Okay, cool. So my Lily was faster. That's good. That's good. So let's buff Hellkid. Get our shield up. That way we will be immune to the Mio and we'll survive through the Messiah Cleave. And then we should just win after that. Yeah, we'll target Mio. And this time we'll target Lily. Alright, so at this point, I mean, there's just like no way for them to come back. Yeah, we'll put up another shield just to get a little more survivability. MG asks, so the gear is divided into sets. Is it 2-piece sets and 4-piece sets, or what's the system in Etheria with how many stats are in? I will explain that in a second. Get rid of Valerian. Get rid of Valerian. There we go. All right, now we'll just auto this. So you have 6 pieces of gear that you can put on and a shell as a 7th type of gear. So let me go into a unit and I'll show you what this looks like. Okay, so we have 3 pieces of unique gear on the left. So you have your, like, what is this called? A mask, and then you have your transistor and your wrist wheel. So these 3 are unique. The mask is always going to give you a main stat of attack. The transistor is always going to give you a main stat of HP, and then the wrist wheel will always give you a main stat of defense, and then they all have randomized substats. Over on the right, you have 3 slots that use the same type of gear, and you can put in any combination that you want. And they will have completely random stats for any type. And then your totally different category of gear is your shell. And this is kind of like your main big piece of gear. It'll have like a completely additional ability that your character will be able to use attached to it, as well as 3 different passive effects like increased attack, effect accuracy, speed, defense, what have you, and you can like customize that. On top of that, you have your matrix effects, which you can see over here on the right hand side, and there are several different sets, and they all have different effects when you use enough of them. So and it combines with your shell. So you can see here I have 2 sets of 12 because I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 because I have 3 sets of 3, and then an additional 3 on the shell. And then same for the other one, 3, 6, 9, and 12. So I'm getting the max bonus for them. Some sets will not go up to 12. Some will be like only go up to 8. And then you can do a combination of like a set of, let's see if I can find a good example here. Like here on Rahu, I have a set of 8, 12, and 6. And I'm getting the max for those type of categories there. And you can see there's given additional bonuses if you have the right combination of matrix effects. So the gear system is quite deep. There's a lot going on, but it is kind of interesting. I've been enjoying it. It is a lot of RNG, which can be frustrating, but it also allows for like a really high degree of customization. All right, so let's fight something. This is sort of a weird variation of the cleave team with Dinah. Let's see how this goes. So I don't think I want Rahu this time. I think I want Ling Lo this time. And instead of Hellkid, I want Obol. Alright, good. My Lily is faster again. I've put all my best speed stuff into Lily. It's definitely not the fastest that she could be, but she is very fast. Tepapikia 6, something that I just completely slaughtered. Tefo Plicky 6. I'm doing my best here. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate it. Anyway, so I just speed buffed Obol. Let's try and stun everyone. And yes, we did get 100% stun across the field. So we will target Messiah. If we can kill him before he wakes up, then we just win. Target Messiah again. Oh, okay. Dude, alright. Easy win. MG says, got it. So what always broke your brain was managing the late game. Thousands of gear pieces with a bunch of sets and juggling them around to speed, tune, teams, etc. Yeah, so it was a bit of a mess at launch. They've now given us gear sets. So, like if I go here, I can make these sets of gears that stay together, and I can just take all of them off and put on any unit that I want. So it does take fiddling to figure out, like, you know, how you want to set up your unit and get the, you know, right amount of speed or whatever. But once you have that set, you have it locked in, and then you can just like place it on whatever thing that you want to use. They also did something really cool, which was give us separate loadouts that you can copy and paste if you want, but separate loadouts for PvP and PvE, and then even in PvE, you can do a separate loadout for every single different boss. And of course, you can just like make everything one thing and not mess with a bunch of different loadouts. If you're just like, all right, this is how I want everything to work as sort of like the best general use, you can do that. And that was a huge quality of life upgrade. Let's refresh. Let's refresh. All right, let's fight Messiah. Oh, and I just realized something. I think I still say I'm playing Nikke on on Twitch. My bad. There we go. Updated the stream. Okay. Man, I really wish I had Doki Doki. Doki Doki is my favorite character, and she's also become like a super meta character, and I still haven't managed to pull her. It's kind of sad. Give me your sympathy. Okay. Ooh, we got a Veronica and a Mizuki. Okay, let's try this. This kind of looks like sort of a sussy team. This is probably really fast. And it's going to be really annoying, but we'll see. We'll see. So instead of using Obol, I will use Hellkid again to try and counter the Kazuyo. We'll keep... Do we want to keep Yelly? Maybe we just go full turtle. Because like trying to contest the speed might be impossible. I'm still tempted to contest speed with my Lily. I think this is probably a loss for me, if I'm being real here. I'd probably set myself up for failure. But this just seemed like an interesting team to fight against. The thing is, if Veronica gets to go, she's going to make the whole enemy team invincible for a whole round. So maybe going full turtle mode is a bad idea, and I should just contest speed. Or I could just commit. You know, I've never tried to just go like really full on turtle. So I could use Viper. Viper, Rahu, Hellkid, Linglo. I mean, that feels kind of disgusting. The problem is, he might just go Mizuki first, I go to sleep, and then cleaves everybody, kills like most of the units with Messiah, and then goes Veronica and makes his whole team invincible. Like, realistically, that's probably what will happen. But knowing that, we're still going to try this. Oh boy, here it goes. Here goes Freya. She put the debuff on all of us. Okay. Kazuo missed one of the sleeps. But Veronica did put Soul Ward on the entire team, so they're all invincible. And now Messiah is probably going to clean us up. Not quite, but they're going to finish us off. Everybody's dead except for Linglo. There's no way I can beat this. I'll heal myself just for fun. Alright, alright. I mean, I did say that that was probably the wrong strategy, but I wanted to try it. I wanted to try it. To make that strategy viable at all, I probably needed everybody equipped with Lighthouse, and I don't have that many Lighthouse shells built, so... alright. Sometimes it's just fun to see what happens. Oh, a Shadow Sonya. Well, this is a full-on dot team / cleave team. This is kind of a weird one. Let's fight them. As I've said before, I kind of like just fighting interesting teams. So if they're a full-on dot team, we definitely want Hellkid. And we want Linglo. Maybe we try and keep the turtle team on, except he still has the Yelly over there as kind of a threat. So maybe we don't use Viper and I put in my own Lily. We'll try this. Okay, so I'm going to... Yeah, I guess we buff Hellkid. Set up our shield. And put it on Yelly. And then we'll just do skill 1. Dude, the follow-up Wrath attacks from Rahu was so nice. Dude, Hellkid making us all invincible from the status effects is so good. Alright, Lily goes down, but it's okay. She served her purpose. Now we can use Rahu to hopefully kill Yelly and Obol. Oh, Yelly has a sliver of health left, but it's okay. Hellkid can clean it up. Alright, and now we're in just like a dominant position here. It doesn't really matter what they do at this point. Because the dot from just Shadow Sonya without Obol to back her up is not going to be relevant. And like Lily, you know, speed ramping Shadow Sonya again, it's just like not going to be enough. Boop. Alright. We'll auto until we kill Lily. This is a tanky Lily. There we go. Alright. Oh, nice. We ranked up. Diamond 2. Okay, one more etheria. Ooh, this guy's in Master. His Lily's probably going to be faster than mine. Okay, so we have a cleave team with Rosa. This is very similar to what my Season 0 team was. He's also going to be immune to dot effects. We're going to try fighting this. Okay, so we want Rahu, because Rahu's going to be really good against Rosa. We'll also use our own Lily. Hellkid is terrible in this matchup. I think we want Hoyon, because Hoyon is going to be good insurance against Rosa as well. And then do we want to keep Ling low? Maybe instead of Ling low, we bring in our own Valerian. So in theory, we're kind of fighting fire with fire here, but in theory, we should be just a tankier version of their team that also has some elemental advantage. However, Kachi can still be very, really increase their defense. So they could be hard to kill. So depending on how turn order goes, we're either going to target Rosa first or Kachi first. One of those two. And then the supports in here, if we try to take out them first, it's not going to work because we'll die to Rosa before we're able to kill them. All right, so their Lily goes first, unfortunately. What did she do? She buffed Rosa, I guess, but Rosa was too far down the turn order that she didn't get to go next. Interesting. Okay, so we will buff Hoyon. And let's see if we can nuke Rosa. If we can kill Rosa now before Kachi gets to do his big defense buff, then we win. Like, without even having to contest. Yep, the follow attacks to her end. Alright, alright. So there we go. Now Kachi makes them super resilient, but it's too late. It doesn't matter. And let's just auto this and target Kachi. Like, none of their units have any damage at all. They're going to be still pretty tanky, but yeah. It'll just be a case of burning through them. That's why I put it on auto. Okay, we triggered the revive from Valerian. Okay, Kachi is down. Man, Hoyon's so cool looking. One of the most badass units in the game. And I've been liking Rahu more and more. Like, Rahu's actually who I used my selector on, which might be surprising, because I was originally going to use my selector on Rosa, but I pulled her naturally when I started the game, and then my second pick was going to be Hellkid, but I pulled him naturally in the game. So I was like, alright, well, who could I use? Like, I want someone to fight Doki Doki, and I didn't want to go for Ramoka. I thought Rahu would be better in PvP, and so I got him. And then I didn't use him for a long time, but he was always good. But now he got a buff after Season 0, to the point where he's really strong now, and the whole meta in general is more bruisery, slowed down a bit, and so Rahu is just in an amazing place right now. Alright, that was all our Etheria battles. We'll just save all this. So let's check and see. Our farming should definitely be done by now. And then we'll do a little bit of RTA. Did I get anything good? Oh, I did actually get something pretty good. This is almost amazing. If only this cure was Swift Rush. This is close to being amazing too. If only this Wellspring was Swift Rush. Dang. Alright. Well. How's the new unit in PvP? She is very good in PvP. She was good the moment she launched, but today she just got a buff. Her role is to counter CC. She was super good at going in against, you know, enemy Obols or Kazuos or whatever. She could kill those squishy units, and she was immune to CC. Was also pretty good against bruisers because she could like reduce their total HP, like Tiamat, who does damage equal to her like HP. So it was really, really useful, but very niche. Bad in PvE. Today, they gave her crazy buffs, so now she also does insane damage in both PvE and PvP. So not only is she good against the CC meta, she can just like delete single target units similar to like Didding, or even better actually. So yeah. I haven't built mine yet because I'll be farming experience when the double drops start this weekend. And I would invest in her skill 3 first, but eventually you probably want to level all her skills. All right, let's do some Summit Arena. Down here in the gold ranks, unfortunately. They get first pick. Ooh, okay. Predictably, they picked the first pick Lily because everybody does. We're going to go for Yelly. Partially to prevent them from combining her with Lily, but also just because she's going to be my biggest DPS. And I will also pick up Obol. And depending on what they pick, that's going to dictate the rest of our draft. Okay, so they're still going to try and go fast. They got Freya, and they have Jackal Guards on both, and they went with the Tsukiyomi. Okay, so contesting them for speed is probably not going to be a viable option. So I'm going to go with Valerian and Rahu. And then depending on what they pick, we might go for another DPS, or we might go for another healer, or maybe even another CC unit. It just kind of depends. Oh, they're going all in on offense here. All in on offense, like 100% offense. Okay, interesting. I think I'd go for Kazuyo. This one is probably going to be rough. I probably need to ban... Dang. Getting Tsukiyomi and Lily is really rough. This is definitely really rough. I could get rid of the Rosa, because then at least he can't nuke the whole team. He'd only pick off one with Didding. But he might just be able to chain back and forth between Lily and Tsukiyomi. But we're going to try it. I'm going to try getting rid of the Rosa. It's risky. But I feel like it's better, because if I get rid of Tsukiyomi or Lily, he still just like has the other one. This way, at least, he can't like hit my entire team. You know what I mean? But he's going to snipe one right away. If he had a Codex of Magic on his Didding, then I probably would have banned a different unit, because then he'd be able to come back around and use his skill 3 all over again. But in this way, I should be able to at least do a return fire of some point. And he banned the Obol, which is not too surprising, because that's would have stunned his whole team, aside from probably Freya. He takes out the Yeli, which was kind of predictable. Interesting that his Didding was actually... Well, I suppose he used... yeah, it was actually faster than the Freya. Alright, so hopefully the sleep lands here. The sleep really needs to land here. Okay, we did sleep most of them. Alright, we gotta kill Didding. Oof. We definitely did not kill Didding. We did not have the DPS to do that. He'll probably kill Kazuyo. Yep, she's pretty squishy. Alright, I am going to put invincibility on Rahu. It is 4-on-2, which is a pretty bad position, I'm not going to lie. If we can kill the Didding, we actually have a decent chance at victory. Because Rahu is very tanky, and Valerian will make us, you know, even more tanky. And then he just has like 3 like fast squishy supports. But the Didding is still a big threat. The Didding is a big threat. But you can see how tanky we are. Oh, man, if it wasn't for the White Fang attack at the end, Valerian would have lived through that. And Didding getting healed by a bunch hurts us a lot. I think we lose this one. If Didding hadn't been healed so much, I think we actually had a legit shot of winning this. Personal, thank you for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate it. Dude, his speed cycling is crazy, though. Alright, we finally get a chance to go. Let's kill the Tsukiyomi. And now he'll take 3 more turns. Being able to return fire, at least, with Rahu is pretty helpful. Like, just look how tanky we are. Again, we might still lose this, but, like, we're not... It's not like an auto loss like it would be in a lot of situations. Just because he can do the hit back. But, yeah, Didding was just too strong. Man, it was unfortunate when we dropped a rank. Might have been a gear discrepancy there. I actually felt pretty good about my strategy, if I'm being real. I'm sure there's something I could have done better. But it kind of felt like he just had a really well-geared Didding. It was more than my Rahu could deal with. What do I go with here? I think we do the same thing as before. We're going to start with Yeli and Obol. Like, when you're not sure what you're going against, just going with the best DPS and the best CC unit, you know, it keeps your options open, and it's going to be good against a lot of different things. Are we fighting the same guy? I mean, not the same guy as just last time, but the time before? This feels like this is a very familiar strategy right here. Alright, so we're going to go with Hoyon. And... we will use Rahu. What's my gacha lineup currently? Main gacha and side gachas. The main gacha is Nikke. Nikke is the best gacha game ever made. And the second one is Etheria Restart. I've been enjoying it a lot. Really like the PvP. And I run a union in both games. I picked a Ling Lo. Interesting. Maybe I use Valerian. No, I think we go for Hellkid. Go for Hellkid. And then get rid of the Lily. I don't know, this is kind of a risky strategy. It would have been safer to get rid of the Rosa. Nikke is your main as well? Nice. Yeah, the new Pilgrims are hype, for sure, for sure. And then I do play a couple other gotchas, just like super casually. I don't make content for them or whatever, but there are a couple other random ones. Oh, sure enough, we all went to sleep. Like I said, this was a pretty risky strategy that I just went with here. Didn't is going to kill Yelly. No. Didn't went to attack the Rahu. Now I guess Rose is going to kill Yelly. Yep. Oof, that hurts. We're going to come back and kill Rosa, but we're kind of just dead. This doesn't really matter. That's unfortunate. Yeah, honestly, I kind of only have myself to blame here. I should have gone for something different with this match. Yeah. I even said initially, I'm like, I should ban the Rosa. And then I didn't. Alright, we brought back the Rahu though, so we're not like completely out of this. Honestly, bringing back Rahu was much better than bringing back Yelly in this situation. So we got a little bit lucky there. But we're back to sleep, which is bad. Okay, so we need to stun... Who should I stun? I should probably stun Ditting. Which we failed the stun, so that doesn't even... It's not even relevant. Hellkid dies. But yeah, I play a little bit of Diablo's Core occasionally, a little bit of Azure Lane occasionally. Yo, they're really tanky. I'm shocked that that Mizuki Makoto, that the Kazuyo didn't take more damage from that. I mean, we're gonna lose this either way, but Kazuyo really did not take much damage. Maybe I should have targeted the Ditting. I assumed that Kazuyo would be more squishy, but I guess not. All right, we'll just quit this. No use wasting our time here. Dude, we have not gotten to pick first a single time tonight. Okay. Interesting. First pick, Freya. Alright, well, we're going to go Yelly into Lily. Oh no, I actually misclicked. I got Rahu. No. Oh my gosh, that's funny. What is the meta currently like? You quit playing after a few weeks ago, still turn 1 speed meta. No. More bruiser. Way more bruiser. Matches tend to go pretty long. It's really all about like holding and like countering CC and using Tiamat and Doki Doki, things like that. All right. I guess they don't have Lily, or they really don't care about Lily. We'll go with her. And oh my gosh. I think we're gonna go Kaz. I would not have chosen to pick Rahu at all in this matchup. I mean, in theory, he's kind of good against Obol, I guess, but that's still just, that's not the choice I would have made. We'll see how this goes. And Liliam is the last one. Okay, all right. So he wants to counter my CC of Kazuyo. What else can I do here? Didding kind of feels good. I'm going to try for the Didding. And then I think... Do I ban Messiah or Freya? I think I have to ban Freya and hope he doesn't ban my Didding and then snipe his Messiah. He banned the... Why did he ban the Kazuyo? He picked Lilium. Like... I might still lose this, but I think that was a mistake from him. Her, I shouldn't assume. Alright, so Lily gets to go first. Who do I speed ramp here? We gotta try and go for the Didding. Do I take out the Obol? Or do I try and... I think I have to try and take down the Messiah. Because if Messiah gets to go, I probably just die. This is rough, though. Do I kill the Obol? I could get stuck in a loop with Obol. We'll take out the Obol. I feel like... I don't know. It was 50-50. We got triple frozen. Okay. Didding died, but we survived. In general. Dude, the fact that Yeli was frozen, though, really sucks. If Yeli wasn't frozen there, then I think I would have won this. But it's looking like it's strongly in his favor at this point. All right, Messiah, what do you got? Yeah, no revelation on the Messiah is sort of surprising. Even after the debuff, I think you want revelation on Messiah. All right, Yeli gets to go, which is a big win for us. We'll probably take out everybody except Messiah. Yep. Now, here's the thing. His Messiah is still invincible. So we just do nothing. And yeah, we'll just attack because it doesn't matter. All right, his invincibility is down. So let's see if we can chain. Dang, yeah. Glass Cannon Messiah. We got the win. I think honestly, I won that even though I made a mistake. He had a poorly built Messiah and he also banned the wrong unit. He shouldn't have banned my Kazuyo there. He should have banned either my Yeli or my Lily. So we got to win, even if I accidentally picked Rahu. All right. Oh, let's do a Phantom Theater. Anybody in chat, can you help me with Phantom Theater? Can we do a run? Let me put the room in chat. If anybody's available, it'd be cool to like get this done with one of you guys. By the way, if you're liking the stream and you're watching on YouTube, consider giving that a like and maybe a sub. That would be awesome. Or if you're watching on Twitch, a follow would be really helpful. Not sponsored by UCC, but I wish it was. Oh, we have applicant lists. Who do we got? Aria Lee. All right. Sure. We'll put in Rahu and Klaus. And Fucho. Thanks for the like. I appreciate it. They dropped in Rosa. Nice. And Viper. All right, cool. Subbed already. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for being a subscriber. Shout out to everybody who's like consistently supported me, man. I have like, sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I think about the fact that like I have channel members or subscribers on Twitch, and I don't know, it's really cool, and it's kind of wild to think about that. But and I appreciate just anybody who watches and subscribes, because the internet is a very big place, and so, you know, anybody that's paying attention to my little corner is appreciated. Already up to the B ranking, only a few seconds in. Need to answer a text. Oh, by the way, I just remember I'm wearing a Nikke shirt, by the way. I know it's most of the time it's off camera, but whoever was asking me about my main game, like, yeah, that should be proof of it. All right, up to the A rank, getting close to that S. Check in on the other teams. We're all stunned over here. How about my ally? I'm jealous of their Doki Doki. I was originally planning to re-roll for Doki Doki because she's my favorite character. And then I decided, you know what, it's honestly going to be more worth it for me to like get the bonus rewards for doing the beta and spending a little bit of money there. So I ended up not re-rolling for Doki Doki, but I hope she gets a rate up banner, because I have not been lucky with getting her so far. What do I do for work? You would guess I'm an engineer. If you don't want to say, all good. You know, it's funny because you're the second person today to ask me that. Like off stream, somebody at IRL asked me that, and they also guessed that I was an engineer. I will tell you I'm not an engineer, but yeah, we'll leave that as an unknown. I'm a streamer. We'll say that. That's not a lie, right? I am a streamer. It's a thing. Technically, this is work. I have to, you know, fill out a tax form for this. I would say the second thing that a lot of people guess that I am is IT. People will be like, oh, are you IT? It's either IT or engineer. All right, we're up to double S. We're on the verge of triple S. Remember last stream? I don't know if Dr. Eagles, if you're still lurking or not. I did Phantom Theater with Dr. Eagles, and I tried to back out after we hit triple S because I had heard that it would still count, but it doesn't. You can't back out. You have to finish it out. All right, we got our triple S. But supposedly people are able to quit and just like start something else after they get triple S. But I don't know how that works because it didn't work for me. You wish you had Doki Doki as well, since that new unit came out. Rerolled for Lily Messiah and Shadow Sonya. Dude, Shadow Sonya honestly is like low-key one of the best reroll targets because she just gets you through the PvE bosses so much sooner, so much more easily on like half of the bosses out there. And I don't have Shadow Sonya either. So honestly, I mean, getting Shadow Sonya was probably a pretty good call, to be honest. The new unit functions like Valerian? Wait, who are we talking about? Oh, you're thinking, I think you're thinking of Fucho, maybe? The one that's like in the middle of the team I'm looking at right now. With like the kind of coy looking Chinese dress. She's definitely really good. She's super helpful. Like decent in PvP. Like she definitely leans into the bruiser meta that we have now, and just makes some of the PvE bosses way more easy. She's not good against everything, but she makes some of them a lot more doable. Fucho, yeah. You spelled it incorrectly, but you actually spelled it phonetically, like how you would say it. A lot of people say Fushu or Fu-Q or something like that, but it's Fucho. And then like I'm not even pronouncing it correctly because it has some type of tone to it, which I could not tell you what is the correct tone, but yeah, kind of the base is Fucho. Someone who speaks Mandarin would be able to tell us the specifically correct way to pronounce it. All right, let's go to the pass. Ooh, nice. A red shadow print. Why do I have a notification? Oh, new thing to claim. Sweet. Let's see. How is our combat United Front going? Okay, we are winning. We're winning. This is a very even matchup. And unfortunately, we just had 2 people quit. And so we have some empty bases. But nice. Okay, we're ahead for the moment. So that's good. No one's attempted fighting these guys yet. Okay. How about this? Let me, let's see, concentrate attacks here and here. Oh, we don't need attacks here. We can get rid of this because we actually went up this way. Cool. We are recruiting for my union, by the way. If you guys are looking for either a Nikke union or a etheria union, I run a competitive union for both. And we're looking for strong players that want to do well and play consistently. Hit me up on Discord. All right. I think that might be it, guys. Oh, we got one more chat here. Let me see really quick. When she came out with Nahor, thought the devs were trolling because phonetically it would read. Oh my god. All right. Well, keep in mind the devs are Chinese, so they're probably not trolling you for how you think it would be pronounced in another language. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. It's always a good time chilling with y'all. Next stream will be Tuesday night. Good luck with your Emma polls. Although I think most people are waiting for Eunhwa and Vesti, which I kind of advise doing. And as far as the theater restart goes, poll Liliam. She was already good, and she got insane with a buff. So she's really good. Yeah, do that. All right. Clicked on my Discord link in the description below. Thanks for all the subs, the support. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And you have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, or whatever time of day it is, wherever you are in the world. And I'll catch you guys in the next video or stream.